So today's video is going to be about the first impression on the riding Honda Africa Twin DCT. So of course this is just my perspective, and this is the perspective of person coming from smaller cc bike. I'm coming from Honda CB500X, which is half the cc, so half size. Also the perspective of fairly short rider, so I'm just slightly under 5'7", 169 centimeters. So yeah, and the person coming from the manual into the DCT, which is dual clutch transmission, so-called automatic twist and go system. So well, it's my second ride, so I had some kind of familiarization ride with a bike, so I feel just a bit more relaxed on the bike now, so I can really focus on gathering the feedbacks. So yeah, as I said, this is just my personal perspective. Fairly short rider coming from the smaller cc, from manual onto the automatic DCT. So yeah, second ride. Well, this is the city ride, so we're still in the city. So but so far so good. I like the position on the bike. It's very commanding, so I'm sitting on a bike. In comparison with my previous bike, on my previous bike I was sitting a little bit lower into the bike. On this one I'm sitting a little bit more on a bike. So being quite a short person, my head would still go over the windscreen. So it feels I'm sitting a little bit higher on the bike. There's nothing wrong with that, very commanding position. The handlebars are nice and wide, so a little bit wider than the previous bike. So this is a little bit more, this is still a bit a muscle memory from the previous bike, so I'm getting used to the wider handlebars. After the first ride, I had a little bit sore spot on my right thumb from the throttle. On my previous bike I had the grip puppies, so I decided to install grip puppies on this bike. So yeah, which is fine. It feels fine now, so I don't know whether it's a combination of the throttle and my gloves and the wider handlebars, but I don't have that sore spot anymore. The transmission, well, it's a smooth transition, smooth gear changing in a city. Very simple, twist and go. So it's not that I don't like changing gears. I actually quite like to change gears and have a little bit more control. But I also don't mind bike doing that for me in a heavy traffic. So there were a few occasions that I would like to have automatic in my previous riding experiences. In heavy traffic in the city, when I have to shift up and down and clutch, I've got a bit sore forearm, and because I had an injury to my left ankle many years back, constant shifting up and down would give me a little bit soreness and ache after a long day of riding, especially in the traffic. So automatic is a bless. So yeah, not bad at all. To like carriageway. So a little bit of higher speeds. Although there are speed restrictions, so I don't think, yeah. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to go too fast at the moment, but nevertheless, dual carriageway. Oh yes, we're going down to 30. But yeah, position on a bike pretty good. There we come, man. As I said before, fairly comfortable. The knee angle. On my previous bike, I had the lower pegs, so this is more like a 90 degrees angle. So it's something I'll have to get used to. And we'll see how it works in the longer journeys. But on the shorter rides so far, not bad. Yes, so we are just cruising 30 miles. Not the greatest speed. Anyway, we're gonna do the nice loop today. So a little bit dual carriageway, a little bit city dual carriageway. And there's a nice stretch of twisty road. We're going to be going back, and if the weather improves, we'll go a little bit along the coast. Very scenic route with a few twisties. So yeah, well, full test of the bike. But so far, so good. The bike is nice and substantial on the road. It feels like a planter. It's not too windy today, although there's a little bit of wind. But once again, the bike is not affected. So we're gonna cross the bridge, so we'll see if there's any side winds and how the bike behaves. So I'm going to cross the bridge. This is the Tamar Bridge. So we are leaving Devon and moving, crossing into Cornwall. So is there any side wind? Not really. But the bike is quite substantial. I think this is 240 kilos, so it shouldn't. The side wind shouldn't be a problem. There was a situation when I was traveling with my son to Scotland through the Lake District. There was a very, very high side wind, and I remember our Honda CB500X was just flying from side to side. That was so crazy. I've never experienced such a strong high winds. We've managed, there was 2 up with some luggage, but still the bike was fairly light and susceptible to side wind. So I'm assuming this bike is going to be much better. Anyway, across the bridge, no side wind, no real test to that. So yeah, into the next one. So yeah, we've got a speed limit 50 miles per hour. So nothing unusual in this country. But we can test how the bike behaves. So yeah, the ride is very relaxing, especially with the DCT. The bike just does it, so you know, all I can do is just sit, relax, observe, and the bike just does it. You twist and go, does it smoothly, no problem. Yeah, really good. I'm on the S2, so the bike's got drive. And the Sports 1, Sports 2, Sports 3. I'm on the Sports 2. I'll try to test Sports 3. So then I'll be able to compare But yeah, at the moment the ride is very relaxing, position relaxing. I decided after the first ride, I decided to install the windscreen extensor. So because I have experienced some buffeting around my helmet, so I wanted to check whether it makes any difference. Still a bit sidewind, so it's difficult to tell. Once again, I'll have to try on and off a couple of occasions to decide it. I can't tell it much at the moment. But now, instead of looking above the windscreen, I'm looking through the extender, so it takes some getting used to it. But yeah, not a big problem. So yeah, so far relaxed ride. Bike's very plantar, so very comfy rides. I've got aftermarket gel seats, and I'll try that seat against the stock one. We'll see which is more comfortable. In theory, the gel seat should be more comfortable. It's a custom made. It's a really nice seat, and it's also a bit lowered. I'll compare against the stock seat, but that will be next test. But this one, once again, it takes a bit of getting used to it, and I'll have to test it on longer journeys. So perhaps I'll be able to tell a bit more after this one. I'm traveling through a typical A road. Yeah, the drive is very relaxed. Very relaxed. Bike's nice plantar. Changes the gears. It's a good amount of engine braking. I quite like it. I would do something similar myself. So, good amount of engine braking. The mirrors pretty good. They're very stable. There's no vibration. So, I've got my own double take mirrors from the previous bike. I don't know whether I should swap it or not. These are pretty decent. I quite like them. I don't think I'm gonna be riding that much off-road on this bike. So, no, I don't know. I think I will keep them for the time being. But now we are heading towards the B road, which is a bit twisty. So we shall be testing the Sport 3 mode, and we'll see how it shifts the gears and how the bike behaves. In comparison to my previous bike, this is 21-inch front wheel, and the bike is a little bit heavier, so it's like a big ship with the corners. So you do the counter steering, and the bike does it, sits nicely. On my previous bike with a 17-inch front wheel and being a bit lighter, was a lot more flexible. So the CB500X was a perfect bike for the city and the hairpins. This one we'll test it, but yeah, definitely heavier. And the 21 front inch wheel is ever so slightly sluggish, so it's slightly different approach. But yeah, we're gonna be testing it, so we'll see as it goes. So yeah, at the B road, I'll switch to S3. So we'll see how it works. We'll see how it works. S3, how it changes the gear. So let's give it a go. Oh, nice. It's not bad. Nice, it revs it a little bit higher. Nice, very sporty. Very sporty. way back to 30. Back to 30. So yeah, S3 revs a little bit higher. So yeah, I wouldn't ride it like that every day, but in the nice areas with a few twisties with open roads, this is the way you could ride it. So yeah, it's not for the city, it's not for the steady cruise, but for the roads like this one, it means a little bit of fun. Feels nice. It's got plenty of power. It's not abrupt, it's manageable, that power. It's nothing too crazy, so I'm sure there are sports bike or higher cc bikes. Well, yeah, you've got plenty of pull. You've got plenty of pull, so. But once again, the power is not too crazy, it's very linear, I would say. Which I like it. I'm not a crazy rider. I enjoy touring and cruising rather than fast riding, but there are roads when would you like to have a bit more fun. You've got to be careful here on this road. It's nice and twisty, but the surface is not the best, and there's a bit muck on the road. So, and I don't know this bike that well yet. And also the tires. I haven't tested their limits yet. So that's the Avon Trail Rider. So I've never used these tires before, so yeah, just a bit testing today. So yeah, the Mode 3, the Sport 3, definitely most fun to ride. It really revs it high, so I would shift in a similar manner, I would say. When I was driving my previous bike, I was shifting in a similar manner. So maybe I would push a little bit more every so often, but very similar manner. Nice, nice. But the bike is not as flexible as the larger one, 21-inch front wheel. It behaves differently. But once again, it's just a matter of practice. I love the sound. The sound is really good from the stock exhaust. The sound is actually pretty good out of the box. Not bad. Really good. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it really much. S3 on this road, good fun. Definitely good fun. Good. So yeah, that's the beauty. That is the beauty. So yeah, a little bit of pit stop. Take a few photos, and we shall continue our test ride of the Honda Africa Twin DCT. yeah, so far so good. Really nice ride. The weather is improving, a little bit more sunshine, so yeah. I shall continue. Swing my leg over. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna keep testing the Sport 3. This is a really good road for it, so why not drive Sport 3? That was the last one. So yeah, let's go. Let's go. This is a beautiful area, beautiful, and the weather is improving. I think the spring is approaching, which is nice. Good, one of those junctions when we need the sport mode. And it does work. Does work. Yeah, one of the situations where you need a little bit of power just to pull out fairly promptly because there are cars approaching. Right back to 30. So yeah, really pleasant to drive. Twist and go, twist and go. We shall go this way. What is he doing? These are very narrow country roads, so let's see how the bike does. Nice. It pulls uphill easily. What a view, what a view. I like the narrow fuel tank so you can grasp with your knees. So it gives a bit more control. Let's downshift manually. Nice. Nice. So you can override the DCT, which is nice. With that kind of overtaking scenarios, really good. I'm enjoying it very much. Anyway, this is one of my favorite roads. It's a coastal road with a nice weather. It's just the views are stunning. The views are just stunning. So yeah, I like coming here. Ever so slightly misty and windy today. And with the good weather in the summer, it's just the views are just spectacular. nice and windy. Just gotta be careful about oncoming traffic. In a season, there's lots of camper vans, there's lots of traffic. I like the Sport 3, I like the Sport Mode 3. And the sound. Nice. Yeah, definitely most fun to ride the Sport Mode 3. Definitely most fun to ride. It just revs it a little bit higher, so once again, what's amazing with the DCT, you can always override it with those little pads, so if you want to go uphill, accelerate uphill or overtake, just tap it like so. There we go, over. I like it here. I like it here. What a view! What a view! Yeah, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.